So there's only one thing on everyone's mind today, and that is bank run. We're talking about Silicon Valley Bank, and it seems like everyone's making a run slash sprint, says get to your bank as fast as you can and get your money out kind of thing. And let's just jump right in. So yesterday, it was at 106 during the regular trading day. That was 60% down. After hours trading at 97, which is another around 9% down-ish. I wake up today, and you can see this in the pre-market. This is now 41% down. The pre-market trading at a $62, and we'll see. This looks pretty scary, to be perfectly frank. This really reminds me of the 0809 kind of thing. We just usually don't see stocks move in this way, this quickly. And moreover, look at the headlines here. SVB races to prevent bank run as funds advise pulling cash. And in fact, this is crazy. It's happened so fast. And now the headlines are starting to use bank run. So the day before, the headlines weren't really saying that, just I was saying that. And now they're sort of catching up to me. Hey, it is what it is. But this is certainly very much a concern for Wall Street. You can see this here. One bank folds, another wobbles, and Wall Street asks if it's a crisis. And there's a quote, Silicon Valley Bank is just a tip of the iceberg. And the basic gist of it is that if Silicon Valley Bank, which is a pretty major bank, this is not like a small little rinky-dink bank, this is a major bank, if they're experiencing problems, how widespread could this be? And the other thing is, even if, let's say, for example, it's just this one, it could spread because the way these things work, everything is connected. Take a look at this as well. Traders run for cover as U.S. banking woes spur haven demand. Banks lose billions in values after tech lender SVB stumbles. Silicon Valley is turning on its bank. And moreover, it's just really scary. Silicon Valley Bank share slumps, rocks financial stock. Plus you have European banking stocks sink as Silicon Valley Bank jitters spread. And you're talking about, other banks around the world. So HSBC, ING, Commerzbank, they're down 5%, right? Deutsche Bank was this 8%. This is worried that it's not just Silicon Valley, that it could be the whole system. European and Asian stocks rattled after sell-off in U.S. bank shares. And you know what? Are they too big to fail or not? So Bill Ackman's making the case, government, go bail out SVB. I think that's pretty lame myself, but I just want to read the headline to you. Too big to fail is back as Bill Ackman says government should consider a Silicon Valley Bank bailout. I am not for that. I've never been for that. I was against it when it happened in 0809. And for those of you who are old enough, the vast majority of us, just basically regular people, pretty much got screwed. That's the only way to say it. And this is something that I mentioned to you guys several times. If you haven't seen the movie Margin Call, please do. I know a lot of people have already seen the movie The Big Short. But watch the movie Margin Call because it basically shows you, and I say the same thing over and over again, sometimes people lie for money. And in these sort of situations regarding banks, no one's going to tell you the truth, right? If I ask SVB, hey, how's your balance sheet? Everything's okay? They're like, oh yeah, everything's fine. Don't worry, no need to panic. But the reality is that it's just not worth the risk, right? Your fund manager is like, yo, I think we need to get our money out. And then sort of word gets on the street that everyone's pulling their money out and it's hard to stop. So we'll see. I think today is really important in the market. I don't say that every day. I think today is particularly important because we're going to react to, how do people feel about, Silicon Valley Bank. But you can already see down 41% in the pre-market. It looks pretty scary. This was an interesting one. So this is someone on CNBC tweeted out sort of like all the banking stocks. So, this was like, it's not just, one or two banks. It's like a lot. So you had Silicon Valley, PacWest Bank, First Republic, Charles Schwab's on there, Signature, Zion, Columbia, Bank United, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Everything was down, right? It's from, when he tweeted this out, it was like 46% down, and then like a decent performing bank would be like 5% down. But this is pretty scary that the whole banking stocks are just crashing like this. This was my favorite tweet. This is Sean Puri. He's saying, first FTX, now SVB. Nothing is safe. I'm moving my entire net worth into Starbucks gift cards. And in fact, that might not be a bad idea, right? It's a joke. But, this is sort of the thing. What do you do with your money if the banks aren't solvent and you're worried that they're essentially going to lose all your money? You can hear another headline. Sheer panic has gripped Silicon Valley VCs and founders amid worries that the startup industry most important bank is in trouble. And it's interesting, they interviewed an investor anonymously, and you got to hear what this person has to say. So here we go. They're talking about like speaking to other investors and people in the venture capital space. I've easily spoken to 70 of them today, and this is a venture investor who asked to remain anonymous, told Fortune. It's a massive S show, I don't want to swear. Silicon Valley Bank is like a top 20 bank. It's a leader of the tech banking. So I don't know how this lands, but it doesn't smell right now. And there's a lot of panic. And this is another one that's really interesting. Just you got to hear this out. Another VC who was at investor conference on Thursday said that all the VC's phones are going off the hook. The investors said that their portfolio company founders are pulling out money and that their advice is to put 6 to 12 months cash burn somewhere else safer in case the bank goes insolvent. There's just no reason why you'd want to keep your money in the bank, right? And this could cause a lot of problems. I don't know what else to say. And the thing that happened, and I'm sharing with you guys, I was looking at this. This is like the sort of biggest thing that we've seen since something like a Washington Mutual in terms of like a regional bank failure. And I can just tell you, I lost money in WAMU back then. WAMU was in the Northwest, and I know we have people in the community that also lose money with WAMU. And once you lose money with these kind of things, you never forget it. For me, and I always tell the same story, I was actually in the hospital when the stock was sinking, and I couldn't do anything because like it was a whole other ball game back then. And oh man, I'll never forget that. So I do feel for people, but the news came out, and my advice would be the same as them: just get your money out. I don't think there's any reason to take the risk. And the last turn I want to show you is Bitcoin. Bitcoin trades 24/7. It's under 20,000 right now, and it's just taking a dive, as you can see there. So I think today, again, is very, very important. You want to see how the market responds to Silicon Valley Bank. Is this going to be like your Bear Stearns, Lehman kind of moment where we all remember it? I mean, we've already seen FTX collapse. We've seen Silvergate collapse, and is, going to hear some news from Binance and these kind of things. And are the big banks also insulated or not? This is something that we're all watching. And this is why it was concerning that all the banks went down, plus the ones internationally. So this is the word of the day, is bank run. And let's keep an eye on this together. I'll try to update towards the end of the day as well. I do appreciate your time, and I'll catch you in the next video.